Jordan Peterson helped former SJW see the light. It's gonna be interesting. Let's get to it.
Say, if not me, then who? I took about it took about 6 months for me to get over my fear after my views started changing. Maybe a little longer actually.
Zuby.
But I had written in October, I think, or no, it must have been after either October or November of 2016. I wrote a letter to Jordan Peterson, which is funny. You're the Jordan Peterson of rap, which I
yeah, I'm trying to put my meanings on the map.
I love it. But I had started. A couple things happened with me. I'd gone down this rabbit hole in the summer of 2016 of watching videos of Trump supporters being attacked by people on the left, people supposedly on my side, and that just really emotionally stuck with me because it wasn't something I'd been told was happening. And I'd been told the exact opposite, that the Trump supporters were violent, and I just believed it, like I believed a lot of stuff in my echo chamber. That happened, and then I saw the way my side
That's what I've been saying for the most part. Sorry to stop the video, but for the most part, LGBTQ don't have the best ambassadors or best representation they put forward. I'll take it back, but that's just had to say
believed
that.
it like I believed a lot of stuff in my echo chamber. That happened, and then I saw the way my side reacted to the police officers in Dallas being shot at the Black Lives Matter rally. And there were people in my echo chamber that were kind of celebrating it in a weird way. Like it was this sort of, this just has to happen. People have to die kind of thing, which I couldn't get over that. And then I had started reading and watching some things outside of my echo chamber, like I was trying to figure out why Trump won after the election. That was one thing I was doing. I was like, I don't understand. Because I was like,
You don't like it?
probably
Why?
like you saw in videos online, I was one of those people sobbing election night. Like,
I hope I didn't laugh at you at any point.
hey,
when I'm feeling down and I want to laugh at something, I actually go back to that video. And I just watch it on YouTube of like all the there's this great montage where it's got all the people who are like making the predictions of like 98% Hillary, no chance of Trump winning, like people laughing at all this stuff. And then it's got the clips from when they were doing the announcement of the different states, and it was like Donald Trump. And then
I think I know which video.
Yeah, it's got all the reactions. Oh my gosh! Maybe this is me being mean, but I think it's one of the funniest things.
It is one of the funniest.
Yeah, I'm glad that happened. It just tore such a hole in the fabric of reality. I think it just I saw it coming. So
yeah, see, I didn't, because people in my echo chamber did not, and so. Yeah, I couldn't understand it, and I just became consumed with trying to understand it. But see, that's a no-no in SJW circles.
I was going to say that's rare.
Yeah, it's like it is, and I was told, I was slapped down several times because I started sharing different types of things, and I was told, no, it's racism and it's sexism, and that's it, period. And I'm like, but that doesn't make any sense, because there are tons of people who voted for Obama who then voted for Trump. Like, it doesn't make any sense. So, but yeah, I was on this path, and then I found a Jordan Peterson video because someone in my echo chamber said, look at this transphobe, go. And I went there fully prepared to hate him.
Oh gosh.
He was a transphobe, but I didn't come away with that opinion at all. I watched his video and I was like, wait a minute, I don't think he's transphobic. In fact,
I don't want to jump in. Have you seen that recent New York Times article that just came out about YouTube radicalizing people to the right?
Oh yes.
I'm thinking, I was like, that's you.
I'm surprised you weren't on there, Zuby. I actually, Carter and I just taped something about that because I couldn't. I have a lot of issues with that. Like, he's on there on
really?
the picture. They have a picture of him. They have this what it's like a collage of defamation.
Oh, okay. Oh, Peterson, you mean? I thought you meant Carter.
Yeah. No, Peterson.
Oh, I thought you meant Carter.
No. If we had a bigger audience, I'm sure we'd be considered radicals as well. But yeah. No, but so I wrote Peterson a letter, and I ended up writing him one, and he read it on his channel, and he wrote me back, and he was like, we were talking about the fear I had, and he was like, you know, encouraging me to get over that fear. But it was another 6 months until I was over it. And I don't know exactly. I was doing a lot of, I would say, spiritual growth. I was searching for God during that time. I wasn't really actively like talking to myself like, you need to get over the fear. I was just being, and I was reading more, and I was engaging with people outside of my echo chamber. And see, career-wise, I built a career out of SJW ideology. Okay. So I represented comedians, not exclusively, but for the most part, I represented a lot of SJW comedians, people who shared my same ideology. Wow. And I had worked on, I mean, that was the kind of comedy I sold. Like I produced what I consider to be the first SJW late night show, which was called Totally Biased on FX. And
honest name.
Yeah, honest. Hey, at least we were honest. Honest with the name. Wow. But yeah, we were doing pieces on FX about like rape jokes and cultural appropriation. And, you know, we were doing all SJW stuff. Okay. And so even when my beliefs started changing, I had a pilot in production that was explicitly an SJW show.
And so where were you based geographically at this time?
I had just moved to Texas from Los Angeles.
Okay.
So okay. I had just moved here, and I was still trying to do what I did before, but I was also grappling with my changing beliefs and knowing and understanding that this was going to change everything for me, that I could either shut up and feel like a fraud and just hate myself, or I could just start to speak what I thought to be true and have to change what I did for a living. And so it's, like 6 months later, that's when I wrote that Medium piece. Cause I had a lot of people in my world who were noticing the things I was sharing on social media were different. And so that was me trying to explain it to them, because I'd already had I had a friend try and do an intervention on me because other friends were calling her.
I want to hear it.
You're like,
it's fascinating to me. I'm just like,
well, yeah, because they were like, what's going on with her? And see, I understand that. I don't mean to laugh too much at my people who believe what I used to believe, because there are a lot of people in that ideology who are well-intentioned.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I like to try and remember that, because there are a lot of people in it who are have bad intent. Yeah. But there's a bunch of people in it because they've bought into it, and they actually sincerely believe that this belief system is the way to make the world a better place and to fight racism and sexism.
The thing is, when you meet those kind of people, you can tell from their speech that they always come from a place of love, but they just don't know better.
And that's what I find really evil about the ideology, is that it's taken lots of people who do want to end
be good
racism, sexism, different types of bigotry and prejudice, and it's manipulated their desire to do that and turn them into puppets for racism and sexism.
Yeah, and they can't see it.
And they can't see it.
That's the weirdest thing. Like when I talk about this stuff and when I criticize it amongst certain people, and it's just amazing. It's like they just cannot see it.
Yeah, that's the second video. The first person said the same thing. They heard Jordan Peterson speak. They decided to read the book to find where Jordan Peterson was being transphobic, and it turns out the man was very loving and was speaking from a place of good, trying to advise them, trying to change the mindset. And I always say that about Jordan Peterson. I'm like, if you listen to him, you're going to understand that this is from a place of love. Like, there's never a time where I listen to Jordan Peterson and I think, he's being aggressive or being rude or being... I mean, he could be offensive sometimes. Like, he could... When I mean offensive, I'm not saying disrespectful, but he could play the offense sometimes, because if you don't do that, people are going to think you're a punk. So he could play the offensive sometimes, but he doesn't say it from a place of hate. I mean, I haven't seen all his videos, but from the ones I've seen, I can tell you he comes from a place of love. Anyways, let me know your thoughts on that one. If you want us to check out another one, I think there's going to be more. There could be like 100. So if you want us to keep seeing it, Let me know in the comment section. Talk to me. Smash the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Have a wonderful day. Peace.